Okay.
Elon Musk's acquisition of Twitter for $44 billion is now complete. In spite of the lollygagging and attempts to back out of the deal that definitely
that I would have
happened.
done too if it was me.
That is
Yikes.
not looking like a good deal at the moment, but the deal was sealed before the court-ordered deadline, which was today. On Wednesday, he tweeted a video of him entering the lobby holding a sink, captioned, "Entering Twitter HQ, let that sink in." Get it?
Get it.
Let it in.
Get it.
It's funny.
Yeah.
Before the deal completed, Musk tweeted that he'd axed 75% of Twitter's employees, but today, Bloomberg reported that he told Twitter employees that he doesn't have those plans. So
who knows what that means?
Clearly, it's going to be predictable seas from here on out.
He did drop the axe on the CEO, CFO, and general counsel.
Yes.
And the head of legal policy, trust, and safety.
Yes, they have all been let go. Yesterday, he posted a letter to advertisers emphasizing his belief of Twitter's potential as a common digital town square, that it cannot become a free-for-all hellscape, and that advertising, when done right, can delight, entertain, and inform you. This was in response to some advertisers being concerned that if it was just a mass unbanning and allowing of any and all behavior, anything goes, that it would not be a safe space for their brands.
Yeah.
So with that in mind, it seems like he just wants to like continue running it.
There's some funky stuff as far as my understanding goes, and I don't know how real this is, but as far as my understanding goes, Twitter developers have been locked out of the code base, and the code base has been handed over to Tesla developers, and Tesla developers are doing like some form of an audit to see what needs to be done and what the current state of it is and all that type of stuff. So that's a little weird. I don't think I've heard of that before.
I mean, that must be an enormous code base. What possible hope could you have of auditing it in like a reasonable amount of time?
I don't know. I've heard a few different takes on this. I also haven't. Maybe there is stuff I just haven't personally seen. I didn't do a lot of pre-research for this, to be completely honest, because I'm a little bored with. We've been talking about Elon buying Twitter for I feel like months at this point, like just whatever. But I believe. Basically, the idea is just get some new eyes on it. Let's take a pause. My understanding is that it's a little bit less of like an aggressive, like, no, you guys suck. And it's more of a, okay, let's take a pause. We're not committing anything right now. Let's get some new fresh eyes on this, see what we should do, see what needs to be done, and then keep going afterwards. But who knows what's really going on. Someone said they're making sure people didn't Trojan the code before leaving Twitter. I don't know. Someone says that's fake news, but they asked engineers to print their code for review.
Well, there's no way that's
I
true.
don't know. And where's the link to that?
That would be
source?
far stupider.
That would be like I don't know. But there's some weird stuff going on. We'll see what happens. I also just don't really care. Twitter freaking sucks anyways.
Did you see Jack Dorsey announced, like, it was either yesterday or today, Blue Sky, his new like social media platform?
Oh boy.
Are you looking this up now?
Yes.
Yeah, you've been trying to reserve your handle?
I don't want another social media platform.
That's the thing. Like, I want Twitter to be better. Like, Twitter already kind of sucks. So I think all the people who are saying, like, I'm going to leave Twitter because it's going to suck now. Like, Twitter already is an absolute cesspool.
Yep.
It's terrible.
Yep.
And so what I want is for Twitter to be better.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I don't know what the odds of that are, but I don't want to learn another social media platform.
No.
Like, I still remember trying to wrap my brain around hashtags on Twitter. Like, I'm sorry, why are things full of symbols and hashtags?
Still trash. Like, that's the trending stuff on Twitter is some of the most useless garbage you could ever imagine. Every time I've clicked on it, I'm just like, this is going to be trash again because people are going to see that it's trending and they're just going to throw garbage hashtags on their normal tweets that have nothing to do with this.
Yep.
And you click on it, it's like, oh, yep, that's exactly what's happening. Like, it's just such a bad platform. I don't really know what else to say. I don't know. It's just trash. Yeah, 6 hours ago, Jack Dorsey reportedly working on new Twitter called Blue Sky. Wow. Blue Sky Social.
All right. So we'll see how that goes. Discussion question here from Jonathan Horst. How much do you think Twitter will change under Elon's leadership? I mean, I think a big question is how much time is Elon going to have for leadership? How many companies does he run at this point?
I think it's going to be a pretty standard maneuver that we're going to see. I think he's going to step in, disrupt a bunch of stuff as he's already doing, put new people in place, and then step back out.
Maybe get some employees pregnant.
Yeah. Got to expand the user base.
Well, that's the thing, right? There's not enough people.
Yeah.
He's doing his part.
Yeah.
For those of you who aren't picking up on the dry humor, that was a thing. Was it Boring Company or SpaceX? I can't remember.
I
The
thought it
workplace
was
relationship.
I thought it was
Oh no, it was Neuralink.
Yeah.
Sorry, I can't keep track.
There's so many.
He's up to 9 kids, I think, so far.
Who knows?
Something like that. Yeah. I mean, certainly has the money to support them. So if that's how that works, then I guess that's chill.
Yeah. Yep.
Cool. Those are not hot takes, guys. Those are just like stuff.
That's what's going on.
That's just stuff and things.
Yep. Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. I just
SpaceX. Says Ben Mitchell in Floatplane
that's
Chat.
pretty good.
That
I
is pretty
feel like
funny.
he would even actually just like that. But like remember the model cars?
Yeah, sexy cars. Yeah.
Like I feel like that's totally right up his alley, like legitimately. But yeah, I think that's going to be the maneuver. Try to start leaning it in the way that he wants it to be leaned. Make sure that the people that he puts in place are down to do that, and then he's going to probably mostly dip. Because like, how is he? Do you think he really cares as much about this as he does about SpaceX and Tesla? Probably not.
I think it's more fun.
Yeah.
I think
I think it'll be more fun for a temporary amount of time.
I think it'll be a hobby for a little bit, and then
it's going to
he'll
get really
bored.
annoying because Twitter's really annoying.
Because it's awful. And because that's the thing is like anyone who's actually tried to moderate a community, which you have, I have peripherally, like not nearly as much as Luke has. Anyone who has ever tried to manage a community of users will know that there actually are not simple answers to these problems that he thinks he's just going to walk in and solve.
Yeah.
It's not that simple.
And anytime you give an open microphone to anyone that wants it, there's going to be effectively infinite problems.
Infinite N-words,
Yeah.
essentially.
Pretty much.
And it's like, you could
People are
say...
going to drop, and people are going to try to circumvent in every possible way to
Yep.
say the most horrible things they possibly can.
Yeah.
And you'll ban them, and they'll go, LOL, it's the internet, and they'll be back.
Yep.
And
so it's, I don't know. Apparently Dogecoin spiked on this news, which kind of makes sense because I could definitely see people thinking he's going to pivot it to like a Web 3.0 crypto bro monetized platform. They're going to, he's going to have to figure out something other than NFT profile pictures. I don't think that was much of a needle mover for them.
That was stupid. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I have no hope that it's actually going to be better because I think Twitter's fundamental concept is just kind of trash. And the whole thing is based around...
it, though.
Yeah, I only use it because of work.
That's fair.
I didn't have a Twitter account until you were like, hey, get a Twitter account. And I was like, okay. And Twitter's whole concept is like built around the bad part of the internet, in my opinion, which is hyping up and ultra broadcasting negativity. And it is built in a way where that is the best thing to do on the platform. That is the way you're going to grow the most. That is the way you're going to get the most interactions. So it promotes it. And you can't change that because of literally how it's built. The whole idea of these short tweets, the whole idea of how things move around, how people interact with stuff and everything, you can't fix that in any other way other than deleting Twitter. So it's always going to be a pile of trash.
That would be a big dick move.
That would be sick.
To just delete it.
That would be so
That's
cool.
not happening.
That's not happening.
That's not happening.
But it would be cool.
That's something.
But yeah, it'll always be trash because anger and freak out is always going to be the things that perform the best on the platform.
Yeah.
So it's just always going to be trash, in my opinion. Yep.
Well, I'm going to keep using it because it's pretty useful for getting in touch with public figures.
That it is nice for that. It feels to me,
It's a phone book.
I use it how I used to use Facebook.
Yeah.
That's how I currently use it.
Yep.
Like, I don't think I've actually made a normal tweet in like months. But I DM people all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I probably DM, no, not probably. I DM far more in Twitter than I do in Facebook Messenger.
Yeah.
And probably more than in WhatsApp.
Yep. Because like back in the day, I would never post on my wall on Facebook, but I DM people all the time because everyone was on Facebook. Now everyone's on Twitter. I still don't post on my wall or whatever you want to call it on Twitter, but I DM all the time. It's just, I don't know. It is what it is.
I would be really interested to see if the solution, to tokenize it and to make it not just, Wild West. I would be really interested to see if the internet is ready for a real ID token. Every user verified. Is the world ready? Google tried to do it and people rebelled. Facebook tried to do it. People rebelled.
I don't think so, to be honest.
Yeah, because I can't think of what other purpose like your tokenization of the platform could serve. Right. And it's one of those things that, I'm always going to have a bit of a different perspective on this than other people because I have no anonymity anywhere I go. That ship sailed for me a long time ago.
So someone, I'm tangenting slightly back to what we were previously saying, but someone said in here, Twitter is great for customer support. My phone calls to my mobile phone provider get me nowhere. A tweet made things happen because Twitter is really good at negative things.
Yes.
You're complaining. You're mad. So Twitter's like, yeah, because that's the only thing it's good at. Twitter sucks. But it is good for publicly shaming companies in order to get things done. That's the most effective thing I've actually used Twitter for probably ever. Is like, hey, this is trash. And then like something happens that's good, I guess. I don't know. Because it's good at promoting negative things. Hooray.
Fan Standard says, I walk into Linus prescribing privacy cancer. You don't have to use the platform, right? Like that's like the thing, right? But if you want it to not be, like the reason I can't say super
it'll still be
toxic things on Twitter. Okay, it'll still be toxic, but
modern culture is all about
that's fair.
Putting your face and ID on super toxic things.
But there are also legal consequences in some cases.
Fair.
Like
so it'll have a certain amount of limit.
There are particular degrees of toxicity that people can go to that actually have legal consequences. And so it's one of those things like, okay, scammers, for example.
I'm going to type this.
What are you doing?
I spelled the brand name wrong, but
yeah, real life consequences, like legal consequences are being dropped by Adidas.
I wasn't sure if I wanted to say it or
his
not.
Joke. And so, I've lived this reality for a long time where if I say something online, it has actual real consequences for me. There's downsides. Like it kind of sucks. I miss it sometimes. Just being able to say whatever.
No filter.
And and it not mattering, right?
So is your thing with that just a statement of like, you don't want Twitter to, because I don't think you're saying that for the internet as a whole.
I'm asking how he's going to unban everyone. And
he's not.
Okay. Is that confirmed?
I'm pretty sure. He is planning on unbanning people.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's planning on unbanning everyone.
So I'm wondering how it will be a free speech platform, which is what I think he's called it, without turning to chaos.
Yeah.
And so one of the solutions that companies like Google and Facebook have attempted in the past was real IDs.
Yeah.
And so, we know now that over time, like it's boiling the frog, right? Over time, people have become less resistant to it. Like I remember the uproar with Google Plus.
Oh yeah.
It was wild.
Yeah.
Like wild.
I do think people would be less resistant to it than they were then. I do think there will be a fair amount of resistance still. I think something that would help it is, especially back then, people's usernames on YouTube were mostly anonymous. I think
Yeah.
on Twitter, I would wager most of it is people's names. There's
A lot of it
definitely a
is.
lot of anonymity.
There definitely is, but
But
there's also
I feel like most of it is just people's names as their accounts.
can I get a ride today?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I was assuming that was what was going on, but yeah, no problem. So yeah, maybe there would be less resistance there, but I don't know. I still don't think it's going to solve the problem because, again, in my opinion, the core fundamentals of what Twitter is built on top of is
just
a
negativity.
negativity engine. So I don't think it goes away if you add people's real IDs. I think people are also the average level of ability to feel shame feels a lot lower in the last I don't know, 6 years. So people are pretty down to throw their name behind pretty reprehensible things. So I don't know.